Spain's Golden Visa is over. Forever? We don't know. But if you haven't applied yet and you're interested in finding a way to legally live in Spain, this is your video. I will give you the 3 best alternatives. Depending on your age and your profile, one will suit you better than the other. If you're too lazy to watch this video until the end, I offer you a free consultation to see which one suits you the most. My name is Juan Bertomeu and I work alongside my father, an immigration and conveyancing lawyer in Spain with more than 30 years of experience. Let's go to it. This visa might be your best friend if you're someone who doesn't plan on working in Spain. For example, if you're retired, living off your investments, or you have savings comfortably stacked in the bank. Basically, your income comes from outside of Spain and you're not actively working as an employee or self-employed. If your main goal is simply to relax, enjoy life, and have legal residency in Spain without any complicated investments, the non-lucrative visa might be the most interesting option for you. Alright, so what's this non-lucrative visa all about? In simple terms, Spain gives you the right to live here, as long as you can prove that you have enough money to support yourself without working here. Now we will go over the requirements for the non-lucrative visa. This is very straightforward. Financial proof, typically around 30,000 euros a year for the main applicant, at about 7,500 per extra family member joining you. Health insurance, you will need private health insurance covering everything, no partial policies, no exceptions. And lastly, a clean criminal record. This must be clean for the past 5 years. Another benefit, clear steps towards the long-term residency, initially granted for 1 year, then renewable every 2 years, and once you have lived in Spain for 5 continuous years, you can apply for permanent residency. That means stability and, the stress of renewing it and, okay, do I fill the requirements? So once you are here for 5 years, you're all done. Of course, there are downsides, no working, and this is very serious. You cannot work, doesn't matter if it's a Spanish company, if it's foreign, all your income must come from passive sources. Another thing that many people don't see coming is that you must become a tax resident in Spain. And this is quite huge. I mean, you will have to pay taxes on your worldwide assets. I made a video, actually I made 2 videos about the wealth tax in Spain. You can click up here or just go to the link in my description. A couple of things people usually don't tell you. Different consulates, different rules. Spanish consulates worldwide sometimes interpret requirements differently. Always double check with your nearest consulate. Switching visas later. If you decide you want to work or run a business in Spain, changing your visa is possible, but involves careful planning. Definitely get professional advice. And remember, we offer a free consultation to see your eligibility for this visa. Alright, the non-lucrative visa sounds very good, but most of the people need to keep working to survive. Say hello to your new friend, the Digital Nomad Visa. Before we jump in, let's clear something up. You might have heard about the Beckham Law. The Digital Nomad Visa and the Beckham Law are related but are not the same thing. It is possible to request Beckham Law benefits if you get the Nomad Visa, but it is not automatic. If you are an EU citizen, you don't need a Digital Nomad Visa. You already have the right to live and work remotely from Spain. What interests you in this case is the Beckham Law, which I will be covering at the end of this video. You can directly jump to that part of the video. So, who's the Digital Nomad Visa for? If you're employed or freelance, working remotely, and your employer or main clients are mostly outside of Spain. Here's what you need to get the Digital Nomad Visa. Remote work proof. Your job must be doable remotely, mainly for clients or companies outside Spain. A small percentage of local income is allowed. Income threshold. Generally around 2 times the Spanish minimum wage, about 2,200 to 2,500 euros a month. Health insurance. Full coverage private health insurance. No shortcuts. And a clean criminal record. I said that the Beckham Law is not automatic, and I really mean this in case you are a freelance or self-employed. You have to take into account that Beckham Law, you'll hear it all around in videos, in ads. Okay, in whole Spain, only 11,000 people are applying for the Beckham Law, and the Beckham Law is thought for employees, not for self-employed, but in the last years they did a change in the rule which permits freelance to apply for the Beckham Law, but you must do certain things that require professional advice. So if you're in this situation, please contact me or any other professional, because yes, you might apply for it, but if you apply for it in the situation that you are right now, you're not going to get it. I say this because I recently had a client who wants to apply for the Nomad Digital Visa as a freelance. So I really did a lot of investigation lately and I'm working on this case, so I'm talking from the experience. The Beckham Law is basically a special tax deal for people moving to Spain for work, usually employees or company directors. If you qualify, you pay a flat rate on Spanish-sourced employment income instead of Spain's usual progressive rates. And I can tell you this is a very big difference. The Spanish general income tax regime goes from 19% to 47%, and in some regions it can go up to 54%. It's insane, but it's the way it is. But if you fall under the Beckham Law, there are two tax scales. You will basically pay 24% up to 600,000 euros, and from there you will pay 47%. I did last week a tax simulation, and basically you would save half of the taxes you have to earn, especially if you are earning more than 100,000 euros. Also, there are other advantages that we're going to see now. But first, here's what you need to apply for the Beckham Law. You must be a first-time tax resident in Spain. You must not have been a Spanish tax resident in the previous 10 years. You must be a first-time or a long-absent tax resident in Spain. Second, employment or director status. And third, timing matters. You must request the Beckham Law within 6 months of starting your Spanish job or registering with Social Security. Miss this window and you will lose your opportunity. I don't want to repeat myself, but this is actually very important. If you are a freelancer or self-employed and you want to fall under this Beckham Law, you should contact me or any other professional, because theoretically, according to the law, you can't, but as I said, there was a modification of the rule 2 years ago which allows certain ways to do so. So, as I said, just contact me and we'll see if you're eligible for that. Besides the lower income tax in Spain, as a general rule, foreign source income is excluded from Spanish taxation during this period. Oh, and one more plus: no wealth tax on your global assets while you're under this regime. The Beckham Law lasts for 6 years. The year you arrive plus 5 more. After those 6 years, you will fall under the general Spanish income tax system. But I want to say that in 5 or 6 years, things can change a lot. So if you think this is a good opportunity, 6 years is a good period of time. Also remind that the Beckham Law has very strict formalities. Not only when you are applying for the Beckham Law, for example, if you miss a deadline or you don't send certain documents, you are automatically disqualified. But after that, maybe a year or 2 years later, maybe Spanish tax agency comes and tells you, hey, how is everything going, sir? Can you prove that you still meet the requirements for the Beckham Law? Do not lie to Spanish tax agency. They are the most efficient organization in Spain. So just plan things ahead, contact me or any other professional. By the way, you must know that it's not only me who's working on these kind of cases. I work alongside my father, and also we're working with a partner that is specialized in tax optimization. So if you are with us, you're going to be very well treated and you are going to have one of the best, I don't want to say the best, but you're going to have one of the best tax advices in Spain for sure. This said, I hope you liked the video. Of course, there are other visas, but these are the 3 best alternatives for the Golden Visa. If you have any question, please contact me via WhatsApp, email, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. I also want to appreciate you for your time. I really like doing these kind of videos. I hope they are helpful. You can also write me down future ideas for videos, and well, I'll see you in other videos. And remind to like the video, subscribe, and yeah, smile for the rest of the day. Bye bye. Have a good day.